Hello, dear students. Welcome to the channel and welcome to this playlist in which we are discussing sampling, reconstruction, and the applications of signals and system based on Internet of Things, or we can call it IoT. So up until now in this playlist we have discussed about sampling and reconstruction applications. We have discussed about what is sampling, its theorems, what is reconstruction, different types of reconstruction. We have seen what is interpolation, we have seen what is quantization, we have seen what is A to D conversion and all. So if you want to know about it, if you want to learn about sampling, so please check out those videos. The link will be given in the description and also on the I button, which will be flashing on the top right hand side corner of your screen right now, so you can click on it and enjoy it. Now coming to today's topic. So today we are going to discuss about Internet of Things. I'm going to give you a little glimpse about Internet of Things and what exactly it is. But I'm quite sure that all of you might have heard this term or this word somewhere, because it is getting very popular in almost everywhere, right? It's almost everywhere. Even pop culture is using IoT based settings and IoT based devices, IoT based uh, appliances in their applications, in their in uh, in their books, images, movies, everything, right? And we call such devices smart devices, right? Smart devices like smart watches, smart TVs, smart thermostats, smart refrigerators, smart light bulbs, smart fans, smart laptop. So everything is smart nowadays. So what this smart or IoT based devices mean and what do they stand for? Because they the popularity that they are gaining is tremendous, and uh, they are, it's not like they are gaining popularity in some certain region, but they are getting popularity in almost every devices, right? They are in almost every sector. Take healthcare, take your cultural work, take an embedded system work, take factories, grids, machines, even your cars, phones, television, oven, almost everywhere you can find it. So they are having multiple very widespread of widespread of application, and these smart devices are called Internet of Things or IoT devices in short. So let's get to know what is IoT basically, right? What is IoT? So basically, the Internet of Things or IoT is collection of diverse technologies that interact with physical world. It's nothing but collection of diverse technology that interacts with physical world or allows you to interact with your device, right? For an example, uh, you can ask your smartphone to wake you up at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, or you can command your air conditioner to switch off whenever you leave the house, or even malls or multiplexes, the doors will automatically open up whenever you walk in. So you are commanding them to work as per your willingness, as per your wish. And how you are doing it, you are communicating that signal to them. You are telling them to work according to your wish or will. And if I sum it up in a nutshell, then it does not only refer to smart devices, but it also refers to some underlying technologies that enables and connects these devices to internet as well, right? And coming to discuss about these devices, the whole day will not be enough. There are billions and billions applications of IoT in every possible region or every possible sector you can think of. You will find it in your home, school, factories, organization, hospitals, colleges, vehicles, oil factories, oil wells, and even various places as well. You will find it in Mojave. You will find it in Antarctic. You will find a device that works based on IoT in Russia. You will find a device works based on the IoT in America, France, Europe, India, China, Asia, Middle East, Africa, everywhere. You will find their applications. And it's not like that they do not respond at this temperature or this temperature. Uh, Almost all the temperatures that our planet Earth has can be sustained by these devices or such technology. And we will discuss about it as well as we move forward to the class. But for now, that know that it is sort of a thing that is ubiquitous. It's almost everywhere, and it can be used in every sector as well. So with this explosion of the connected devices, you will increasingly need solution to connect them, right? You need to connect them, you will need to collect them, you need to store them, need to analyze them, right? You need to analyze, like right now you are wearing a mi smart band, and you are doing exercise. Then you need to analyze your data, right? If you are doing cardio, then you have to analyze your data, like, okay, what is my pulse rate? What is that? That is analyzing. You are analyzing data, and based on that data you are taking different actions, right? Based on that data you are saying, okay, my heart rate is not it is it's not quite that high, so I might want to run faster. So based on that data you are analyzing it, and then you are taking another task under you, right? So it is helping us growing in almost every possible manner. Now just see this diagram and just understand what the broad spectrum of devices which are used in the data analytics and IoT, right? This Here we have the data analytics in the factories, uh, transportation, grid, machines, cities, car. You will find it in your appliances, television, refrigerator, ovens, thermometers, smartphones, images, videos. Even if you have noticed that there are smart shoes which helps you walk, trains, buses, everywhere. You will find IoT everywhere. So there's a wide spectrum of applications of IoT. But before going to the applications of IoT, I want to discuss few characteristics of IoT with you. So what are the characteristics of IoT? So see here, first I've mentioned based on the embedded system, right? So basically these devices are typically based on embedded system, and they inherit several of their characteristics such as like real timeliness, low power consumption, very great high reliability, very good tolerance for harsh environment, right? Such as form factor. Just what I've mentioned, that can be uh, they can be very adaptive to whatever temperature they've been thrown at least the temperatures which are present in the earth for the for most part of the earth, right? Habitable part, habitable areas I'm talking about. Then these devices can perform specific functions such as reading a temperature, controlling lights based on whatever sensor you are using. That device allows you to read the temperature or read the pulse rate of your heart or the speed of your induction motor or whatever application you want. And typically they all run in some specific operating system which is appropriate for that task uh, going on in such device, right? Like if you are wearing a band, then it will be operating you it will be operating under some different operating system. But at the same time, the um, the device which will be used for the home automation will be different. That brings us to our second point, which is unique identity, which means, which does not only means that every device will have its unique identity, but with this unique identity you will also need to control, operate and manage these devices remotely via different connectivity options, right? And these options will be options will be available or used based on different type of application that your device is serving. It can be Wi-Fi, it can be Bluetooth, it can be wired connection as well. But IoT basically does not contain wired connection that much, so we contain Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Li-Fi. There are so many other options, and because of this various connectivity options, and because you are having so many devices, these devices will be given their unique identities. And how do we give unique identities? Computer students will know that we give IP addresses to them, right? We give MAC addresses, we give serial numbers. So we assign all these values or numbers to them, and based on that you can precisely tell what address does it have, or what address a specific device is having, where is it connecting, where is it collecting the input from, and where its output is connected. So you can get all those information based on its unique identity. Then we have inbuilt intelligence. So of course, as you can see, that IoT devices are built on top of the embedded systems, and these devices are packed with inbuilt intelligence in form of specific algorithms, situations to action mapping or other intelligence mechanisms that can sense my environmental conditions and then take specific actions or provide desired responses. For an example, let's say I'm having a smart bulb. So that bulb could automatically detect when you enter into the room and when you leave the room, and accordingly it will turn on and turn off. As it will sense that as it will sense your presence, the bulb will be turned on. As long as you stay in the room, bulb will stay on, and as soon as you leave the room, the bulb will go off. So it is having some inbuilt intelligence. Not actually it is having, but you are programming it to be. Then we have the very great function, the dynamic configuration that I have mentioned about. Why am I telling dynamic configuration is very important? Because these devices will serve such adapting applications. They are very self adaptive, they are very self configured in their own way, so they can appropriately and dynamically reconfigure themselves depending upon whatever environmental conditions or different operating conditions you throw at them. So that kind of operation could be automated whenever you need to provide input controls to get the desired behavior on your own. Let's say for an example, if I'm having a watering system that can water the plants based on the soil moisture. So what will happen? During the sunny days, the soil might dry up quickly, leading to the frequent water. And non-sunny and on non-sunny days, it might only require watering twice a day, right? So how fast the soil loses the moisture will be dependent on the uh, external conditions, like if it is if uh, the environment is sunny or not, if my air is moist or not. So it is hard to predict the precise timing when watering would be required, but such systems can completely work autonomously whenever you could just see the desired soil moisture. To retain, the system can continuously monitor the soil moisture and adjust the water accordingly. So you don't need to tell how many times to switch on the watering system. It will do it on its own. Then we have the several connectivity options. You all must have heard about 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, LTE, VoLTE, lot of things. So IoT devices will support all these kind of network connectivity options that you could use based on your environment. Right now, the 4G and 5G are in use. 5G, as speaking in 2022, it's still work in progress. It has not been adapted by um, users everywhere, but it's still work in progress. We have seen the time when we used to use 2G data or 3G data. Right now we are using 4G. And if you are living in India, you all must have grown up with use of LTE and Bluetooth initially, and then switching to Wi-Fi slowly back in few years ago, right? Then you have NFC, Zigbee, USB, Ethernet, a lot of options. And these devices also support wide range of network communication protocols. And what are the network communication protocols? If you heard about HTTP, right? COPE, MQTT, AMQP, all these are my network communication protocols, which are used in communication. But whenever you buy an IoT device, you should determine what connectivity option that is given in that device, okay, which is available on the device. And then based on that, you have to make a decision based on your requirement, because all devices may not support all the connectivity options. And network protocols, same thing will happen. So all devices will not say support all network protocols, neither all the connectivity options. So you should carefully choose whatever the device you want to pick and what options you want to use. Then you have integrated with other systems, which means your devices can be integrated with some other systems. So they can often work with some integrated approach, like you could provide the desired data that could make the rest of the integrated system work together. And the classic example of this could be the fire alarm system that could automatically use the telephone system to call the fire station and other emergency responses, and then send the building evacuation orders to the public announcement system. And that could automatically call few ambulances as well in order to handle the casualties if there are any. And even more importantly, it could activate water sprinkle system and fire extinguishing system as well automatically. So see, more than 50-60% of your work is already done. And this much how much helpful these systems can be. Then they can also operate at very large scales, like uh, considering one factory or shopping mall. So these factories or shopping malls definitely would use so many number of sensors, right? So overall, organizations may be controlling, managing, operating tens of thousands of devices that can operate and carry out these desired activities. And the total number of IoT devices could easily surpass the human population at this point in time if we start computing. And based on that, there are many number of publications who have done the research, who have said that in future the number of IoT devices may reduce, but for now they are keep increasing and keep increasing, right? So they are operated in such large scales. If you will go to the malls, multiplex shopping factory, uh, or any such big places where uh, mass production is taking place, or people are purchasing things in numbers, or wherever there is gathering, you will find uh, such kind of devices in use. Then we have to see what are the different applications of IoT. So of course, as IoT is very much popular among almost everywhere, basically in the major cities, so it is expected from it to make positive difference to multiple sectors, be it retail, be it medical, be it hospital, be it cities, be it schools, houses, everywhere, right? Let's see the first one for the humans. So basically, for the humans, the IoT application falls into two broad categories. First one is the healthcare or health improvement. Second one is productivity raising. So first one, healthcare, is very much popular. You all must have heard about the fitness bands or smartwatches that keeps track of your health, keeps checking your blood pressure, keeps checking your sugar level, keep checking your pulse rate. Everything will be checked continuously if you are keep wearing that band or watch. And based on that, it can even give you suggestions that you should do this activity at that point in time. That, like, okay, your heart rate is getting slow, you should get up and you should be a little bit more productive, you should get up and you should walk, or you should, it's time to eat, you should get some food. It could even give you suggestions, right? It helps you raise productivity as well. How does it helps you raise productivity? You can schedule your whole day with the help of IoT device, and then it will tell you, okay, this is time, do this, this is time, do this. Another example of that, uh, the same algorithm is used if you are watching a YouTube for like long time. Then what it do, if you set a timer which tells you to stop YouTube, or which tells you to stop using Instagram, then it will tell you, okay, this is the time, you have used this particular app for 1 hour today, and this is the time limit that you have set, so it's time to rest. It asks you, right? And based on that, you can even raise your productivity. It helps us change the routines and habits, just like I've said earlier, and it also helps us it also helps the patients. It makes the lives of doctors very easy. And they are used in the emergency applications and the healthcare applications very widely, very vividly, just like I've said. How? So the implantables, the injectables, like smart pills, nanobots, right? If you have heard about nanobots who can do the surgery just by entering your body, do the surgery, and then they will return or even dissolve in your body. So they have potential eventually to replace so many surgeries with very less invasive procedures that could offer fast recovery. It can reduce the risk of complications, the risk in the operation work, and even it can cut down the cost. So IoT devices placed in the human body that can continuously monitor blood sugar level, glucose level, automatically inject insulin doses appropriately. So many things it can do. And that reminds me of one company. If you have heard about the company named Neuralink, uh, that company basically uh, are planning to implant a chip in the human brain, which will be an alternate for the earphones, headphones, or earbuds, which means you will not required to wear the earphones or headphones anymore. The chip itself will turn on and off based on your command of your brain, and it will function. It will send signals to your ears, right? You will be able to listen that. So and by the way, that company is owned by Elon Musk himself. So if you are unaware of it, go check it out if you are interested. But it is also one of the applications of IoT. Then we have the home applications, and I probably will go a little bit faster from here because we don't have the whole day. The video will be too long if I go on the same speed. So IoT applications relating to the operations of homes, such as energy management, security, automation, domestic chores, they all applications are applications. And home automation is very popular among these days, if you have heard about. So home automation and domestic chores are getting very much popular, and they're getting so much attention. So this work is not counted in the national productivity data, but it has enormous that impact on how people spend time and money. And household activities such as cleaning, washing, uh, cooking, gardening, uh, the grooming of your pets, such things can take good amount of time and effort. But if you are using some IoT devices, then you could save so much time and effort, right? You could automatically have the temperature controller of your home, like AC, the way AC controls, right? House cleaning by the robotic vacuum cleaner. Then refrigerator shelves will automatically have automatically will be able to order the groceries based on what is placed in that. Then you have washing machine, in that clothes wash themselves, dry themselves. And even automatic irons that can iron the clothes, right? So there are so many home automation or home appliances which helps you to get a better life. Then third sector is very interesting sector here we have is retail. So the retail environment has undergone significant change over past 2 to 3 decades because of introduction of IT and the rise of online shopping. I may ask or I may tell you about it, that IoT has the potential to cause even greater disruption. But IoT can also provide traditional retailers with the tools to compete and coexist with the same online retail world, as you can say omni-channel, right? Omni-channel shopping, which erases the distinction between online and offline shops, right? Which allows them to combine their forces and work together if they want to. And then IoT, for an example, can guide the shopper to the item that he or she has been looking for at online. and whenever he or she enters the shop, and text her a personalized coupon to make the purchase in the store that day. So that IoT technologies can also provide data to optimize the store layouts, or it allows you to enable fully automated checkouts, fine tune inventory management, and a lot of things like that. So these and other innovations that could enable new business models and allow retailers to improve productivity, and also reduces cost and raises sales, right? Because they will eventually have more time, it will be more organized, and it will be more structured way to do the business. And one of the most interesting examples of this is Amazon, right? Initially we had FedEx, then we had Amazon, and now Amazon Go is in the market. It is doing very good, and recently there have been so many online platforms, they are doing this selling, buying, purchase things. So uh, a lot of opportunities in that area as well. And now as far as the office is concerns, we all have seen what office settings look like, right? Office settings often can be similar to those of the home settings, right? Such as managing entry and security systems and such things. So, quite a few office spacers are conserving natural resources by regulating the usage of electricity, water, garbage disposals, etc., and becoming kind of green buildings which do not spread pollution. So, in that, IoT can be very helpful. You all must have heard about the smart dustbin till now, water sprinkle system, and electricity, how we can save them. We know already about it. We studied in the energy audit system, in energy audit course. Then what can be done with factories, right? We have seen industrial automation, industrial revolution 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and now we are moving towards 5.0, which will be based on data, by the way. So IoT would be helpful in digitization of production processes. It can monitor and control all the tools of the productions, and even use the data collected to improve the productivity and equality of my whole thing. So there is greatest potential for creating value would be in operations optimizations, by making the various processes within the factory more efficient, right? And in that, what you will need a certain amount of sensors, and even more than sensors, you will need human judgment, or rather I should say human error, in order to adjust the performance of my machinery. And it will also involve the use of data from production machinery to adjust workflows. So all this thing can be done by remotely tracking, uh, and monitoring, and adjusting the machinery based on whatever the sensor data has been collected for different paths and plants, right? And after operational optimization, the next most valuable application of IoT will be in the factory settings, that are predictive maintenance and inventory optimizations. Now predictive maintenance will involve using sensors to monitor machinery and its performance, uh, in order to avoid the breakdowns and determine the maintenance if it would be required or not. And rather relying on the regular schedules and maintenance routines, this is more productive way to do it, right? It can also improve inventory management by automatically restocking the parts which are bin based on the weight or height of the height data which was recorded by your sensors. Then the application in the vehicles, and if you know me, that you would also know that I am also always interesting in vehicles. So they play major role in the vehicles like cars, trains, trucks, trams, even aircrafts these days. And these IoT sensors and connectivity could improve how vehicles are serviced, maintained, and designed. And you can use the same type of sensors and wireless connections that make it possible to create a self-driving car that can be used to monitor how vehicles are performing, to enable conditions based maintenance routines that are far more cost effective than periodical maintenance car or performing maintenance after the problem occurs. Getting it? With the help of that, you can even create a self-driving car. In self-driving car, you use bunch of sensors. You use basically either you use lidar or you use camera. They are alternatives of each other. You use sonar, so for that you will be using ultraviolet. And uh, just like that, there are many type of signals that you would be using. Many type of not signals, definitely you will be using signals, but uh, I mean you will be using many type of devices, technologies in self-driving car. So you will be able to track the performance, the data, and it can also help the vehicle manufacturer and designers for more reliable products, and it will help us discover other ways to serve customers as well. Even the insurance companies could monitor your driving habits, right? And based on that, it can provide you the insurance quotation specifically for you, instead of charging you some fixed premiums. That can also be done. Then where in the cities we can have the different use of IoT. So if you are aware of the concept of smart cities, it was basically kicked off by this IoT concept in the first place. In the India right now, we are having around 100 smart cities, and the smart city initiative is going around the whole world right now. India is having around 100, not actually are having 100 smart cities are in the progress. Indian government has declared that we will create 100 smart cities by 2030. So these cities are experimenting with IoT applications in order to provide services, solve the traffic cognition, traffic congestion, in order to conserve water, conserve energy, and even improve the quality of the life in that particular city. So large concentrated populations and complex infrastructure make city a target of rich environment for IoT application. And these IoT applications in cities are focusing on the public health, safety, transportation, resource management, lot of sectors, in lot of sectors. So first and most important sectors basically are healthcare and public safety, and even the monitoring of water quality and air quality that has been delivered to the air quality of particular city, and water quality that has been delivered to the citizens of that city on day to day basis. So and these are just two three four applications I've told you about. There can be so many, it can be a number of applications exist that, like transport application can range from traffic control system to smart uh, packing meters to self-driving cars. It can go so far. Your resources and infrastructure management uses your sensors and smart meters in order to manage your water and electrical infrastructure in a better way, which means the application is very broad. You will find its application in the cities, you will find it in the offices, you will find it in retail, work sites, factories, outside the factories, houses, for by humans, vehicles. You will find its applications almost every single place. And that is why it is important to learn about IoT, and it is important to get advanced, get adapted with technology as well. So we will wrap this lecture here. I will be seeing you next time with different building blocks and more technical discussion of IoT. We have discussed about applications only today's class. So we will be discussing more technical stuff in upcoming class. If you have any doubts, queries, or questions related to today's class, please feel free to mention them in the comment section below. I will try to answer them as soon as possible and as many as possible. If you have any feedback for channel, feedbacks are always welcome. So please give a feedback or leave a like. Tell me what do you think about the video. It would be very much appreciable. And I will be seeing you next time with new video. Till then, take care of yourselves and thank you very much for listening. Goodbye for now.